What's going on, people? Welcome to a match preview. Unfortunately, Palace are playing again, and this time it's against Burnley, and we are back. There's no time to rest. If you do enjoy the content, drop a like and subscribe, and most importantly, let us know how you're feeling in the comment section down below. Of course, I said that in a joking way, but some people do feel like that. I'll be honest, I'm not really looking forward to the game as much. It looks a bit bleak. I know we've only lost 2 games, but it's the longer outcome of a crazy December. But I'm joined by Lou, Patrick, and Nick as well. Gents, as you can hear from my tone, it just feels like bring on Burnley. Let's see what happens. I'm not really entirely looking forward to the game. The squad has got thinner after the Sarr injury. We knew that was going to happen with the AFCONs, but it seems like for now that it's happened sooner than expected. We saw what happened against United in the second half, although the first half was positive. I guess the main positive is that we're not going into this game after the European game. I'm saying that we're going into this game, Lou, after playing on a Sunday and playing on a Wednesday. So I don't know if that's going to be helping us particularly with enough rest. But how are you feeling towards this one?
To be fair, I think it's easy to get down and negative about it. It's easy to do that. It's no matter what, it's frustration. We can all just carry on pointing out the flaws, the bad, the summer that wasn't great. But as a football fan, as a Palace fan, we're all happy when we're winning. So just got to keep going. It's a couple of losses. I feel like Palace always bounce back after like a little dip. We had the 19-game unbeaten run, and we had a bad dip of form. I think it was 2-3 games we didn't win. Then we went unbeaten in 5, didn't conceded 1 goal or something. I feel like Glasner's comments always make it a bit worse for us because we're emotionally invested in him as a manager, and when he speaks out, it's like a twist of the knife as well as losing. But I think I watched his presser, and I feel like he was very emotional. The fact that he was only given, he said to Bobby, "I'm only going to give you 1-word answers," and stuff like that. It was a bit like after Frederick's dad, and I feel like sometimes he calms down the next day. So I'm just looking at it as if there was one game I wanted to play after a run of 2 games. It's an away game to Burnley, who have to win, who have to come out, and we can kind of go back to basics. And it's probably our best chance at getting 3 points. Next thing you know, we could win on Wednesday. The results go your way. You're back in 4th or 5th. You're going into Fulham on Sunday, a bit more positive. So it's easy to get down and negative, but we just got to keep going.
Yeah, it's not about just the United game. It's the outlook for December. It's a crazy December. I think that's my issue primarily. And of course, we can't lose against Burnley, which I don't think we will do.
Oh, we can lose against them. There's a possibility.
Yeah, there's a possibility. But I'm saying in terms of if we did lose against them, yeah, it would be crazy in terms of like the meltdown, especially after what Glasner's, said post-match regarding lack of depth. And I think that's the most concerning thing. We've got 8 games now without potentially Sarr if he doesn't play more than 8 games.
Do you not feel like his emotions were very heightened yesterday? I feel like
it was heightened, but then what did he really said wrong that you would think was?
No, I'm not. Everything he says is right. But I think someone did point out that we are extremely close to the PSR limit in Europe. So it's like we haven't got much room to maneuver. I feel like we haven't been very smart in the window. Obviously, the Pinot for 20 million looks good and stuff like that. We could have been more effective with our loans, and we could have maybe brought in a better free transfer or spread. I don't know. It's tough, but at the end of the day, it's the first time he's come out with this in a few games, and it feels a bit like he was in a very highly emotional state yesterday, and I feel like he might be completely different tomorrow in the presser where he calms down a bit and he says he was emotional. I feel like he was protecting his players a lot yesterday. That was his main idea, to shield the players, because he knew it was a bad performance in the second half, and he didn't want everyone to start jumping on Pino isn't good enough and Nketiah's not good enough. He didn't want that pile on, so he shifted the blame and the audience to somewhere else. That's what I thought he was doing.
Yeah, he did.
I completely agree with everything you've. I completely agree with everything you said there, Louis. But we've back of the Nest Towers have got better squad rotation during this heavy fixture period than Palace have got. Who do we swap over? We got the two in central midfield. We never know which two are going to start, and normally it's Walton and Kamada. But it's not using everybody that he had. And why didn't he say anything at the beginning of the season when he seemed to be quite happy about it? But I think yesterday was straw breaking the camel's back. But it wasn't just the poor second half performance. It was the missed chances in the first half again. And that tells as much of the story. Because, you know, if Nketiah had put that chance away or Nketiah had scored on his one near the end of the half, then we'd be looking at a very different game.
I think the biggest thing was Sarr getting injured. That was the moment. I knew that was the moment because Sarr doesn't get injured. It's a completely different game. I reckon we go on and win that game. He's still fit for it's sliding doors moment. It's a innocuous challenge, and a roll of an ankle can change your season, the trajectory. Does it?
No, but then that was always going to happen. Though we was always going to lose Sarr, so you can say that having Sarr there, we just paper over cracks. Like we just had a good 11, but then when you look at the squad depth issue that we've been talking about, yesterday kind of exposed it. So Sarr was always
how many teams at our level lose one of their best players, and it's not a big drop off. Like if Semenyo got injured at Bournemouth, they look like a different team. If you take who else could you do? You could take maybe one of the Fulham. If you take a Iwobi out of Fulham, they look completely different. More teams around us. If you take Morgan Rogers out of Villa, they look toothless.
So we don't have a squad depth issue then. That's
no,
fine.
we just no. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you take the best player out of the team, there's going to be a drop off no matter what. One of the best players.
So why is the manager talking about the squad depth?
Okay, so
I'm not arguing with you, bro.
Let me jump in. Listen, I don't think anybody can argue that the window in the summer wasn't great, but you're losing perspective totally because the issue we have is that one position, that's at the 10s. Defensively, we don't have a problem with rotation. When Sosa was fit and hadn't got the yellow card, red card. He was rotating pretty regularly for Mitchell, at least in the Europa League Conference League games. Convo has come in, made a mistake against Larnaca, but was fine and has done a very good job as a rotating in the defense. And in midfield, he has used Hughes, Lerma, Wharton, and Kamada very well in as those four. Yeah, there's time people complain when Lerma plays. We can go through that. I'm not going to do that again today because I'm getting bored of that conversation. But there are times when he's come in and done an absolutely great job. A perfect example would be when I was there for the Brentford game when he helped set up the 2 goals. So the issue obviously is in the 10s. Now, even the goalkeeper, when Benitez come in, Benitez done a great job. So the issue is the 10s. Pino's been hit and miss. He's going to take time. There are times when he's been really, really good, and the times when he's looked really, really poor. Like he didn't look great yesterday against United. We bought Esse the window before, and that has not worked out because he's a techie player. He's not a player that gets in behind. What Glasner wants is a player just like Sarr to replace Sarr. It's like when Esse left, wanted to play like Esse, and that didn't work out. We ended up getting Sarr, and Sarr worked out great. The problem, obviously, is let's just say it's Uche and Nketiah, okay? And mostly Uche. Uche, again, I'll say it again, is not a number 10. He's not a 10. He can probably fill in more as a backup for Tete is physical, and he's more of a box-to-box player. So he can play in the midfield, but we don't need him there. We got 4 players that can rotate there. So the issue is the number 10, where we need Nketiah to, 1, stay fit, and 2, produce. He's done a great job up to yesterday in doing that. And what we have to hope now is that since Sarr is now out, then Nketiah will come in and do the job. Why are we having gloom and doom because we lost a game against United? I was mad yesterday. I had a good sleep. I'm refreshed, and I'm not worried about it now. We're going to beat Burnley on Wednesday. That's my true belief. This whole same old Palace. Again, I'm like, Louis, we won the FA Cup last year, won the Community Shield. We're in Europe. Why do we get 2 losses and get so down? I get the fact that Sarr being injured is going to be a massive issue, but we have Nketiah. If Nketiah doesn't come through, then that's going to be an issue. And I totally get what the manager did yesterday. Okay, Louis got it right. He's defending his players. He could have crashed out on Mateta and on Nketiah and others who played poorly, on Kamada or whatever. He could have crashed on players on the wall that was so poor. He chose to go after the ownership, which for me is totally fine because they deserve the blame. But to crash out over one game, guys, I'm serious. We have to get more perspective, but it's just
Well, no one was talking about starting 11 though, so I'm confused. So on our curiosity on Wednesday, if Yeremy Pino needs to be subbed off, I just want to know your rotations. If Pino goes off, or if Nketiah goes off.
Before we answer these questions, I think we're all in agreement that depth is an issue. That I don't think. I agree with that.
That's the main concern. I don't understand. No one's talking about 11.
But what I'm saying, we can't change that. We can't change.
And that's the concern, and that's what Glasner was upset about.
Yeah,
I agree with him.
Louis said before, a club and our position is not going to have 2 players to come in. We're going to have issues if one of our star players is out. That's not new. That's the same Bournemouth issue as the Brentford issue. It's
not even about the star player being out. I'm not saying Sarr got injured because of that, but Sarr's been overused. Mateta's been overused. All these players are getting overused because we haven't had a 10 option, which I spoke to you about after the Brighton game. About I don't know how long ago that was.
I know you, but I know
we don't have no 10 option. This is being.
I know you're saying that. I know you're saying that.
When you finish, wait 1 second. We're not arguing that. This is our first time in real European competition. You didn't think we were going to struggle. I don't understand. This is not
no. The club has failed.
Every team like Palace, Burnley, they're going to Europe like this are going to struggle. We're not United. We're not Tottenham. We're not City. We're not Arsenal. We're not going to have the depth. So this is not new. This is not new. So I don't know why we're.
If you knew that, why didn't we prepare for it then?
Yeah, why did we prepare for it? That's what Glasner's saying. That's what the manager is saying.
We bought Convo. We bought Benitez. We didn't even prepare. We prepared for it.
We're not talking about the defense.
We did. It didn't work out.
We're not talking about the defense. Who's ever at any point of the season, Patrick, who's ever spoke about the depth in defense? Who's ever spoke about the depth in midfield?
My biggest worry.
It's unbelievable. Guys, continue. It's going to go on. It doesn't make just. We get it.
It's about the depth position. That's what Glasner's upset about.
It's not about the midfield. He has a right to be upset. He has a right to be upset.
So you're saying, I understand what you're saying. It's our first season in Europe, of course. Right. Like you expect some type of
wait. I think
we could have prepared better for it. We could have prepared better, and that's what Glasner's upset about as well. And that's why we're here talking about.
And I agree.
But this is what I'm saying. We're all in agreement. I don't know why this we go round in this. We're all in agreement. I think the board failed. I think we have a lack of depth in 10s. I think everything you think, but we're not in the January window. We've got 7-8 games. All we can do is what can he do? We could just talk about what's going on. There's no point in going over and over again saying failure. We knew this was coming. All of us knew this.
Yeah,
we knew this. My biggest worry though, Louis, is we know that Glasner might leave at the end of his contract. He's done 2-year contracts everywhere he's been, but
he's going to leave.
It'll take a big January for him
to which means that if Parish thinks he's going to leave, is he going to invest in the squad and just keep us? Or is he going to risk getting players in that Glasner wants and Glasner pisses off at the end of the season anyway? So that's my biggest worry. And then we're left with if Glasner goes, and he did sound pretty pissed off yesterday, notwithstanding the fact that it was directly after the game and, you know,
he's very emotional player. He's very invested. He cares. I listened to that 10 minutes YouTube after in the presser, and he was seething. His head was hot. His head was completely hot, and like doesn't help. Like obviously, Bobby Manzi, whatever you're doing, you're up and coming journalist. You want to get the stories. You want to write good articles. I get it, but they're just gaslighting questions. The journalists are asking questions to get the reaction, to get the article after. And he's such a straight talking Austrian, like that kind of German, Austrian, Dutch, European.
Oh, you mean like Arnold Schwarzenegger, that kind of thing?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Just like he's straight talking. He's not going to swerve the answer. And they saw that he was in a heightened emotional mood. Like it's like such a two gaslighting questions. One, do you think it's the finishing why you couldn't win the game? Two, is it because there's no? Of course, like why are you asking? Like you know this. Like you're a Football Palace fan that goes to the games. You know everything.
No, but you asked a fair question though. You asked about does he feel let down by the board? Does it feel let down by the board? That's a fair question. Maybe he doesn't feel let down by the board. You can answer that. And
we all know that.
We all mentioned it, Frederick. So why would he?
That's up to the manager. We don't all know that.
Yeah, we do.
That's the reality.
He's mentioned it before. It's not like the first time Glasner ever mentioned about the window. He mentioned it before. So this is not new.
He hasn't this season, Patrick. He hasn't.
I just said he did it during Frederick start. You remember Frederick start?
We're trying to, can we not argue? Because I feel like we're all on the same wavelength. We're all on the same wavelength.
Going around, exactly. So
his comments post-match, he even said it post-match. He said that this is the first time for me to speak about this, but like, no, we didn't do enough. But yeah, you're right. Frederick said he did mention it there, so maybe he forgot about that. But he's been a bit more quiet about it so far, probably because we've been winning games.
And I'm being honest, like, how can you account for those? It starts at the Strasbourg game. It's the confidence knock on from that. Like, you missed 2 open goals. It's
exactly
to me, that was a knock on effect of that. It was the fact that you missed these chances. Yeah, you missed these chances. It's a knock on the confidence. You go into the United game, all of a sudden we're missing chances again. Yeah, right. You can see 2 silly goals. The mentality now is, even if we get a chance, we're going to miss it. Everyone's thinking about Pino, since he missed that chance in the second half, has been terrible since that moment. All the confidence got sucked out. After the Wolves game, you thought he'd kick on. He missed. Exactly. I was at the game, I saw him. After he missed that chance, his head was in his hands.
He was on the ground, wasn't he? He was on the ground. Well, exactly.
They go up the other end, they score. And I thought, let me look at him. He was the hands on hips, dejected. Ever since that moment, crap. Like, and then you go in, and then you got to get yourself back up again for Man United. We go 1-0 up. We miss chance after chance. Then you're like, as soon as you go 2-1 down, they got nothing mentally to get them back. Like, they're all thinking about the missed chances. They're probably still thinking about Strasbourg. How's this happened 2 games in a row? Now, we're in a difficult moment, but at least we have Oliver Glasner at this. I believe he believes he can turn it around.
100% he can turn around. He turned around when we were in worse situations. But I don't think the missed chances are a coincidence. I think the missed chances, confidence definitely plays a part, but I also think fatigue plays a part as well.
I don't think there's an excuse to miss open goals.
Not open goals. We didn't miss open goals yesterday, but we still missed big chances. And it's not about Strasbourg. It's about the season overall. We have missed chances. For example, I did ask a question about Nketiah. I did say, for example, last season, I don't remember him missing as many chances. It didn't feel like it anyways. And
they're all missing.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But him in particular, there was a tweet. So I asked a question. I was like, is it just me, or is he just missed more this season than... And last season we were clinical. It felt we were more clinical. I don't have
got 7. He's got 7 league goals. So like, I think he's at least about worried.
But so far, for example, this is why I think fatigue definitely plays a part. Nketiah hasn't been rotated enough, and one of the reasons for that is Nketiah couldn't stay fit, and also when you have Uche is not trustworthy for Glasner to play him. Anyways, forget about up front. I'll just quickly read out the stats.
I'm just saying fatigue plays a part.
Yeah,
but the game is full of such small margins. Like we should have been third in the Conference League going into those next two games. They missed. It's just such not just physically, they're emotionally drained as well. It's going to take a reset again. They're going to have to keep resetting. It's what we're going to have to deal with. Like, and we have
get less time between the games to do it as well.
And as a fan base, it's easy to get dejected about it. But then, what's the point? We might as well just, try and be positive. Try and talk about. We all know what the issues are. We know, and they cannot be seen till January. They probably won't be seen till mid-January, and then the players probably won't even be integrated into the squad till February, and it will probably be too late, and we probably won't win the Conference League, and we probably will come top 10, and Glasner will probably go. That's a complete thing that can happen, but we can't control it. We just got to enjoy it and hope it works out.
Yeah, in terms of missed chances, someone I don't know how true this is. I got the stat from Stats Moose, for example. Nketiah, the whole of last year, missed 17 big chances. He's already missed 12 so far this season. And I think he's not because he's a bad striker. I think he's been overplayed. So in regards to that, when we're looking ahead to the Burnley game, I'm not saying you can rotate Nketiah. Is there, with squad depth, what do we do from here going forward without Sarr in terms of the positions?
There's only one player who's anywhere near as fast as Sarr and anywhere near as direct. It's Eddie Nketiah. Can you fulfill your price tag? Can you do?
Why are we playing as the number 10? So that doesn't really help the Nketiah situation in terms of rotation.
That's what has to happen.
I remember both of you, Lou and Patrick. I remember during the spell, you did say that you do expect the likes of Uche, etc., to get more opportunities. So do you think it's now time for those players to step up? And do you think they will still get opportunities that you lot thought that?
Right now, Nketiah has to start, but if he doesn't produce, you have no choice but to go to Uche or Esse. You have no choice. So again, this has come down to what Luis said. Nketiah has to produce. Again, I love to focus on Mateta, right? But again, he got 7 goals. No one besides Sarr is even close to him. The midfielders have no goals between them. Wharton has none. Hughes has none. Lerma has none. Kamada has none. And we're focusing on a guy who has actually produced. I don't get it. He could have missed 20 chances. He still produced double digits in goals and assists this season, which is more than anybody else. Imagine if he hadn't scored those goals. Imagine if he had 2-3 goals, where we'd be right now. So I honestly don't get to focus on him missing chances because again, he's in a position to take those chances. Let's see again what Nketiah does because he will be the one that has to step up and do it. We need goals from other positions, most definitely from the center midfielders. Someone has to start scoring. Kamada has to start scoring goals. Pino has got the 2. He's going to have to score more goals than that. But Nketiah's going to have his chance now. I don't care if he's playing in the 10. Maybe we tweak it because I was talking to Louis yesterday about that. Maybe he moves Nketiah closer to Mateta and they play more as a dual 9s, and then we play maybe Pino behind him, whatever. Because he's done that before in matches where Nketiah and Mateta play close together. But it comes down to this: Nketiah has to produce because we have no choice. Talking about Mateta missing chances is hilarious to me because again, Nketiah had as big a chance yesterday. We don't talk about that when he should have either scored or passed, and he did neither and didn't get a shot off. But again, he has to produce, and yes, Uche will get a chance because with Sarr injured, there is no one else. He's not going to play Esse. There's no one in the under 21 that can come through. Agbenoni's not playing. One kid's in Germany not playing. Another kid's in Turkey not playing or playing Raksaki. So it's going to come down to Nketiah and Uche, and there's no one else.
I don't know, Nick, what you think about Uche, but to me, he's not a number 10. I agree with Patrick there. He just seems like a physical presence. And then again, it feels like even yesterday, you can tell why he hasn't been playing as much when he did come on. I know that might sound harsh, but there isn't nothing technically about him.
You're on mute.
You're on mute, Nick.
Is he not going to get better till he's had some minutes?
Maybe, yeah, that definitely can play a part, yeah. But then Glasner hasn't trusted him so far to give him the minutes. So I don't know. Maybe he's going to be forced to give him more minutes now. But then again, if Glasner's not playing him, he's not playing him for a reason. You saw it. He played Esse. People will have this narrative about Esse. Oh, why doesn't Esse play more? He has played Esse. He played Esse earlier in the season. He gave him an opportunity against Millwall. It was one of the craziest disaster class I've seen in a long time. It was so bad of a performance that Glasner lost his head post-match and literally dropped him to the under 21. So there's a reason why he doesn't play these players. He's not a dumb manager. Like he's won Europa League before. He knows that he needs to be able to rotate. But his problem has been that these players are not good enough. Yes, there's a drop off. Lou mentioned it. If you take away Semenyo, even though I don't think Sarr is on a similar level to Semenyo, but if you take away a starter, let's say, to the bench, there will be a drop off. But our drop off is not a drop off. It's like unknown territory. Bournemouth, I'm pretty sure, rotate. Brighton rotate. All of these teams can rotate. Fulham still bring off players off the bench that I saw against Tottenham. We haven't seen our attackers come off the bench. So it's not a case of, oh, yeah, there's going to be a drop-off, so that's why we lost the game because Sarr wasn't there. It's not even a case of that. It's a case of these players not even having any opportunities to play so far. So they're just not good enough.
Who plays tomorrow then? Who plays on Wednesday then?
Nketiah instead. But to me, the one thing about this is why this is the worst thing is because every other position we have, apart from that, Sarr might not be the best player technically, might not score the most goals. He is the biggest threat. Even when he doesn't play, I always said this, when Sarr doesn't play well, they still have to worry about him because he has pace that is it's unheard of in most teams. He's such a threat. You take that out, you take a massive, it just takes so much away. It makes us our threat level go down so much. Like,
what's his diagnosis, Lou?
It's first of all, he's in a protective boot straight away to reduce swelling.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to have a scan on it. You're gonna have to see it. The earliest for me, he's probably not gonna come back before. I saw it straight away, and on the stream I said that's probably ankle ligament tweak. It's just how bad it is. Sometimes you hope it's just a twist of the ankle. I don't really know why he played on another 30 minutes. It probably made it even worse. I don't know.
He didn't have anybody to come on for him.
No, probably thought he could run it off.
But also, but the thing is, I was saying on the positive, if he was able to play after, it's not a ligament, it's not
also,
you know what I mean. So if he could play on it, means that hopefully the sweating goes down. And it's not as bad because normally if it's really bad, you can't keep running.
And I think Glasner was in the mood to not say anything positive. He was going to go for, it's the worst case scenario. Look at this is why this has happened. Now I ain't even got Saw. So I wouldn't be surprised if he played maybe Fulham or Shelbourne. It's all dependent. Let's see what he has to say. Let's see what he says tomorrow. We shouldn't need our strongest 11 to beat Shelbourne, but this is what it is. Where we are.
We'll see what happens against that. But in terms of rotation and other players, we have spoke about depth. Do you think it might be worthwhile to rotate maybe the midfield in a game like Burnley, considering the amount of games that we've been playing so far, Patrick?
Kind of depends. I wouldn't mind seeing Hughes and Wharton play. I don't like two left-footed players in the middle, but they played well together. And then maybe then you have Kamada come off the bench if Nketiah starts at the 10, and if he's not doing well, you have Kamada come in as a 10. So I like that idea. And honestly, let's give the goalie a rest. Let's put Benitez, and he's done really well, and there's no reason why he can't play against Burnley. So yeah, there's no doubt about it that the manager, for much as I love him, does not rotate as much as I like it to see him rotate. But again, I'm not going to question him because he knows, again, the load of the players, the moods of the players, the injuries that, like, for instance, Sosa getting injured last week was weird because I don't know how he got injured in training when he hardly ever plays, and it would have been nice to have him give Mitchell a rest, even though Mitchell scored in the game. So stuff like that. But no, I can see Wharton and Hughes starting instead of Kamada because, again, I think you need Kamada now to do that dual 10 midfield role anyway. So because there's really no one else. Because again, if we don't trust Uche, then Kamada is definitely a guy he's going to trust more than anybody else.
Are you serious about Dean Henderson, or was he joking?
No, I'm not. I mean, why can't Benitez play?
I think the biggest issue is Eddie's better if he's going to play in a 10, he's better on the left side than he is on the right side.
So I
just think he's quite.
That's a good point.
His technical ability, when he's on that right side, he doesn't look like he knows where to position his body, how to receive the ball. I already said he's not a good player with his back to goal. You want him going the other way. I just think technically, football IQ wise, he's more comfortable playing in the left 10 than the right 10. I think he looks a bit lost in the right 10. But then again, who can play in the right 10? Pino looked bad in the right 10. Kamada's
the only one.
I think me personally, I probably would go Mateta, Kamada right 10, Nketiah left 10, and I'd play Hughes and Wharton in the middle. I feel like Hughes Burnley away up north. He'll be on that. Or you go Lerma for the set pieces.
With Nketiah though starting and Mateta starting, who do you bring on as a kind of backup striker?
Benji Casey.
We kind of spoke about that. There's no one. Uche.
I wouldn't mind seeing an academy player on the bench as well. I wouldn't mind it.
But I don't think he's going to give opportunities to academy players just for the sake of it. So I don't really see that.
He's 17 years old. There's no chance he gets put on the bench.
Josh King's 17.
Yeah. Again, we're talking about different players. Josh King, I'm pretty sure, played in the England setup. Ben Cage is not in the. He actually is now in the England setup. But you're talking about Josh King versus. I love Benji Casey. I love him to death. The guy's got double-digit goals. He's not going to get caught up. The best player to get caught up would be Zach Marsh because he's older and he's doing really well at 21s. But I don't see him even get caught. There's no way. Listen, we don't have a bunch of injuries, so there's no space on that bench. He's not putting an academy player on that bench. It would shock me. Maybe in the Shelbourne game because you can add 2 or 3 players, but there's no way.
Even if he does, he's not playing them. Let's be real. Exactly. He's not playing them. Like, they're just on a bench for the sake of it, which feels like the case right now. You know what? It's funny. We've mentioned a lot of players here, and this player goes under the radar, and he's a nice player. But Justin Devaney doesn't get mentioned at all, and there's a reason for that.
Shoot. He's a 10. You're right.
Yeah, but there's a reason for that. I think everyone's been kind of like, I'll say it if everyone's scared to say it.
I don't know. I said it. Hey, again, this is the thing.
I said it ages ago, by the way.
He said it. He's a good
squad
player.
I said it ages ago.
Why do we have to be negative about a player who's a squad player, and when he comes in, I don't understand why we crash.
No, he doesn't come in. That's the problem, Patrick.
What?
That's the point. He doesn't come in that much.
He does come in. He closes out so many matches. What are you talking? He comes in so many games at the end of the games. What are you talking about? He's like a more.
But like, it's not a case of him coming in to have a. We saw him against Strasbourg. No Was it Strasbourg? What game was it? Was it Strasbourg? Was it the game before Strasbourg?
I don't get it.
He doesn't really have any impact. So he's just there to add up numbers.
It's not adding up numbers because again, if you go through the data, he comes in many matches and ends up games. And we talk about in the ratings all the time. He comes in games, never makes a mistake, and does what he's supposed to do, which is he runs hard. I don't understand he's not a creative.
Okay. I totally disagree with you. He doesn't. He comes in, but he doesn't change. He doesn't change like any games. I don't know if Lou agrees about that.
He doesn't make mistakes in games. He closes out games. I didn't say. I said he doesn't. He doesn't make mistakes in games. Go through the matches now that he's been in, and find again he made a mistake. We lost the game.
It didn't help.
Just any conversation. This is amazing.
No, because he's another option which you clearly rate. So maybe he should have more opportunities. If a player comes off the bench and makes no mistakes, Patrick, surely they should be playing a bit more. No,
he's a good squad player.
Squad player doesn't play in how long? So 15 minutes is that?
The way that the man used him. Come the last 10 minutes of games.
There was four subs yesterday. There was four subs yesterday. Eddie come on, misses the sit up. Uche comes on. The first thing he does is fall over and give the ball away. Deveni comes on. The first thing he does is balloon that cross, and it's just like those are the things that stick in your head. But there's no point in just bashing them. Like I've been a critic of Deveni's before in the past. I've said there's no way he should be starting in the Premier League. He's proved himself in some games to come on and see out games. But if you bring in Deveni on to try and score, but I don't think he was bringing Deveni on to try and score. I think his left back Mitchell was dead.
Even as left wing back, exactly.
Yeah,
that was it.
I don't even think it's about bashing Deveni. It's just if we're having honest conversations, if we're talking about depth issues.
But we agree again. We agree. We're going back to depth when we said we agree on.
No. But we haven't mentioned Deveni. That's what I'm saying. So
but he's come on, bro. We all know this. Like I don't. It's
no, we don't all know this. Patrick literally disagreed. Patrick
disagree. You see, don't put words. You just said to me, don't put words in my mouth. I said Deveni's a good squad player. He comes in games and doesn't make mistakes across those games. I didn't say he's a world beater. So what did I disagree about?
No. But you didn't let me make my point. You didn't let my. So I'm talking about I'm talking about for the January transfer window. I'm talking about Deveni clearly isn't an option. You're talking about comes on for 10 minutes. He's not an option that Glasner can trust for 35 minutes.
Close is a good squad player, but he's a good squad player. You may not see them play, they're fine. I mentioned Nathaniel Klein. I said he's a good squad player. If you need to come in to end out a game, I'll look at it again. Here, look at the games. Came in against the 3-0 game against Liverpool. We won 3-0. 12 minutes against Brentford, 1-2-0. 17 minutes against Alkmaar, 1-3-1. 9 minutes against Wolves, 1-2-0. What are we talking about? What has he done?
Okay. So you haven't given me one game where he's played more than 20 minutes. He's just there for the sake of just.
Because he's a good squad player.
Yeah,
he's not good enough because we haven't got.
He's not good enough, but no, it's fine, Nick. He's a good squad player. That's what I'm saying. In January, when we talk about players,
better than Romain Esse.
That's what I'm saying. Patrick disagrees in that sense.
Better than Romain Esse because he plays him. That's what I'll say.
That's what. Of course.
But this mood amongst the show today, it's a bit unsettling, and it's obviously all Parish and the board's fault for not investing in the summer. So
but when you're looking at January,
we are at the European limit, though. I do that we'd get fined, or I do get it, but we're not smart in the market. That's what it is. We're smart. We're completely. Let's not talk about some of the money that we've wasted recently. Franco, Esse. There's some big waste of money. I'm talking like we've wasted 50-60 million pounds on some crap.
Yeah.
Marco Gabbiadini.
Yeah.
Not now, Nick.
Let's move on to score predictions then.
We haven't talked about the Burnley game at all. You know that we just talked about. All we've done is moan about the squad. We haven't talked about Burnley at all.
We literally just speak about the Burnley game. We spoke about rotations. Remember?
That's Burnley. All right, no problem.
What game was we talking about rotations for? What would you like to add about Burnley?
No, we haven't talked about the threats. Well, how we can win, Burnley's tactics.
It's fine. Let's go to predictions. You're right. Let's move on. You're right. 33 minutes.
Okay, let's talk about the threats. What do you think is the biggest threat for Burnley?
I think Fleming's he's been on form recently. Scored a few goals. I think the threat is us kicking ourselves in the face. Not really Burnley's threat.
So they don't really have that many threats.
You nicked my idea there, Lou. I was going to say that we're our own biggest threat.
Yeah. So we'll just. I don't know, man. It's the mood is funny, but I get it. I'm as frustrated as anyone else, but it's what.
I'll be honest. Burnley has no major threats for us to, but I notice anyways.
Well, they beat Wolves, Sunderland, and Leeds.
Wolves. Yeah, Sunderland is a decent shout, but I think we've got good enough players to nullify. They in terms of I think they were 20th.
Your man. This is your man's time.
What? Eddie
Nketiah. Rise.
Yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice if he performed.
Rise.
I thought
I need them stocks to pay dividends.
I thought it was a poor miss. I thought it was a poor miss against United, just like Mateta's been poor so far in one-on-one situations.
Why are we going to Mateta?
Well.
We're talking about Eddie.
No, I'm just saying it's not. It's just everyone. Jeremy Pino as well. It's just everyone. So it's his time to perform. But it's everyone's time to perform. I think it's Jeremy Pino's time to perform. He's the Esse replacement. I think it's not just Eddie Nketiah's time to perform. It's everyone's time to perform because no one has been
still adjusting. Eddie came in for a big fee. He's been injured. It's time. This is the time.
Yeah, it's time. Let's see. I'm pretty sure he will perform. He will perform.
I hope so.
Yeah. Let him have a run of minutes. But anything else about Burnley's threats, Patrick, that you want to mention?
No.
You don't? Okay. Should we move on to score predictions then?
Let's do it.
Shall I go first?
Go on, Nick.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 1-0 Burnley. Just got a feeling in my water. Plus, I think if I'm the only one that goes for a defeat, I've got more chance of moving up our prediction league.
Okay.
But yeah, it's going to be one of those. It's going to be tear your hair out weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. Nah, I think we'll beat them. I'm going to go 1-0 Palace. I think we'll beat them 1-0.
Louis?
Do you know what? I've got no feeling about this one. I don't really know. I'll go 1-0 as well.
I'm going 2-0 Palace. AJ went 1-0 Palace. T went 1-0 Palace. And Xavier went 2-0 Palace. So everyone's got to win except for Nick. And just there's no update to the table because no one got the result against United one. We all went for either a Palace win or a draw. And so no one got points. So AJ still first, T second, etc., etc.
We all stink.
Yeah. If you have enjoyed it, drop a like, subscribe. We'll be back, of course, for the Burnley content. And until next time, up the Palace.